We are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
1st down, Broncos.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now it's Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. From 17 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there gets him across. The 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Raheem Mostert, he was great in that NFC title game, 220 yards. But Super Bowl, 58 yards on 12 carries, though he did score the touchdown in the 3rd quarter to put the Niners up 20-10.
And think about the journey of Raheem Mostert and what he's traveled. That he has a 220-yard game.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel. 60 yards as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 56 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On second down now, it's Lindsey. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Brings up 3rd down.
'49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Gun. Swing.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Flacco looks to throw. He's got his tight end Fant. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. He's coming. Double up. He's coming, double up.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Philip Lindsey with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Credit the sack to... in 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Garoppolo looks to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
They'll run here with Lindsey, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 41, Flacco. He'll get this one to Patrick. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now a carry for Lindsey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Come on, D. Check 13. Check 13.
On red.
On 2nd and 12, Flacco nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D4 in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap. You're over here. You're over here.
Rolling the dice on 4th. Flacco. This is the tight end fan. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
So the awareness of knowing where the 1st down marker is not just for the offense. I mean, his defense has to understand that, too, and they gave up a huge one there.
Oh, yeah, this is one of those situations defensively. You're just counting on getting the football. Now the ball comes loose, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Everyone.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards.
George Kittle. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go, calm the crowd. I got you.
It's a jet sweep. Sanders, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Motion out of the backfield. Motion out.
Regular.
56 to Mike.
They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Coming to you.
Hey, check 24. Rock it.
6, Mike, 56. Here we go.
80 weapon.
Here we go. Alert flare.
Flacco. D. Ford picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here we go, here we go.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
That's going to be a long day.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo taking a shot for Samuel. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively than just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 88 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And the 49er hands team does its job. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
Here we go, here we
and
go,
let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play.
21.
Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, 70 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Cut.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
It's 2nd down.
Gun.
Get him. You got it. 56 is the mic. 56 is the mic.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Setting up to throw Flacco. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Who's off Orkel?
Throwing on 2nd down. Flacco into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Todd Davis leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Now Mostert. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Mike.
Bravo.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It looked like he tried it all there, tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way.
Here we go.
Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Here we go, here we go.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Leon, like 80.
54 mic.
In your face.
Leon, that way.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Screen pass to Lindsey. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Wait, Fred. Hey, Charlie. Hey, Red.
Here's Flacco. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run. So now a little soul-searching on 4th down. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
Monday,
Throwing here on first down, Flacco, and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A give running right, Lindsey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Behind, Steph, wait. Behind, Steph, ready.
This way, coming this way. Here we go.
Yellow.
Kill.
Red.
Right there. 54, right there. 54.
Behind.
Now it's Flacco. And that will be incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to make it a 2-score game. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. On first down, Garoppolo. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Here we go.
Garoppolo, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Von Miller able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
11.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run good for 24 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43.
45. Mike, 45. Here we go,
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th
Here we
quarter.
go.
Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken short. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down. At the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Another run by Lindsey. Gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Gun.
Staying open. 56.
5-0.
56. Check 56. Rip right. 56 to Mike. 56.
Hey, Echo.
I'm coming. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Watch the slats.
Yeah, step away.
Flacco now on 4th. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. D Ford. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. This is Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll run on first down. Lindsey. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
At the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Flacco. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Garoppolo to throw. Being chased out left. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 32 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1.
Let's go, Billy. Bring it.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
I smell fear in that
Roger, 5-0.
I smell fear.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
It's going to be a long day, offense.
Now Flacco. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing but.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by DJ Reed. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that. For the sack, Shelby Harris. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much short of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.